So dear students, in our last section we have seen the multiple queue as well as circular queue. In this section we will see DQ. So what is DQ? DQ is nothing but double-ended queue, and that's why its name occurs as DQ. So what is DQ? DQ is our normal queue where insertion and deletion can be done. But then what is the difference? Insertion and deletion, both the operations can be performed at either one end and not in the middle. We have seen what is done in queue. It is having one end for insertion, another end for deletion. But in double-ended queue, the insertion and deletion can be take place either from one end. We cannot insert and delete the element in the middle. We can insert and delete element only from the one end. Its name is double-ended queue. It is maintained by the circular array with two pointers left and right which are pointing to the end of the queue. So it is like the circular array. Mainly two pointers are used in the double-ended queue that are left and right, which are indicating to the ends of the DQ. Now if the left and right are pointing to the ends, then if left is equal to right means what? It is the empty DQ, and that's why both are having the same location. Now we can see this particular example. This is one particular queue where at the various locations the numbers are stored. So left is present at this 3rd number memory location and right is present at the 8th number memory location. Whereas in this particular queue, left is present at the 8th number of position and right is present at the 2nd number of position. Why? Because already we have said in this definition that insertion and deletion can be done from either any end, not from both. So that is the main thing. So basically there are two types of DQ, that is input restricted DQ and output restricted DQ. So what is input restricted DQ? In input restricted double-ended queue, the deletion can be done on both the ends, but insertion can be done on only one end of the list. Means, suppose we are having this particular queue and we are using the input restricted DQ. So in this, the deletion can be done from both the ends. From both the ends, we can delete the element, but insertion can done on only one end of the list. But insertion can be done from only one end. It cannot be from the both end. That is input restricted DQ. And in output restricted DQ, the insertion can be done from both ends, but deletion can be done from only one end of the list. Means, suppose we are having this particular queue. So in this, the insertion can be done from both the ends. We can insert the element from both the ends, but we can delete the element from only one end. That is called as output restricted queue. As its name implies, it's output restricted queue. We can delete the element from only one end, and its name implies in input restricted queue, we can insert the element from only one end. That are the types of DQ. So what is DQ? DQ is double-ended queue where insertion and deletion can be done either from one end but not from middle. They are having the two pointers left and right. There are two types of DQ, input restricted DQ and output restricted DQ. In input restricted DQ, the deletion can be done from both ends, but insertion can be done on only one end. But in output restricted DQ, it is the double-ended queue in which insertion can be done on both the ends, but deletion can be done on only one end of the list. Its name implies for that. Output restricted is for restricting in the deletion purpose, and input restricted, it's restricting at the time of insertion. That is nothing but double-ended queue. Thank you.